Brian stay in touch with each other.
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
Like, here's what I want you to do with the cars. Here's what I want you to do with the competition.
I want you to make it so the cars can't pass. Make them very, very, very make the handling very terrible. Take some horsepower off of that bitch. Throw some downforce on there.
And then in 2021, I want you to add a 4th stage.
I want you to ratchet up the playoffs a little bit. Add about 4 more drivers. Make it a 20-car playoff. So we can get some of these underfunded teams some love.
If you're in the top 40 in points, whoever wins that last race is the champion.
Yeah, we're gonna do that too. But we gotta wait about 5 years down the line for that to happen. Alright, I'll call you back. Let me go snort this coke real quick.
It is here in Nashville, Tennessee.
We also want to add, we're going to give Kentucky a 2nd race. We're going to give Vegas a 3rd race. More about that. More 2-mile tracks.
We're going to have 3 exhibitions at Daytona.
Kentucky was one of the best races of the year last year.
I know, but
exactly right.
don't take this as I would enjoy.
There are a few gates available in the
but you know I don't play about that track.
We're gonna have 7 exhibition races at Daytona before the Daytona 500.
Hey, if Stenhouse was to win in Kentucky,
listen to that
I would go to jail that night, or whether it be from getting out on the track.
You'd be kicking down a lot of trash cans in honor of Wicked.
I'd be doing that. I'd either be drinking real bad, or I would run out on the track. Jesus, that'd be crazy. I'll fuck around and have a medical, like a cardiac arrest or something. I would be in bad shape, man.
Man, bro, I was somebody walk up to Brian Fritz and man, you a disgrace to your father. You're a disgrace.
You just wonder who's worse between him and Vince McMahon.
I mean, the only thing I get alleviated with Vince is because he started the shit. He built it the way it was. So, and he
current day Vince.
Yeah, but now current day Vince, he's just too old and out of touch. Brian, he fucking inherited it from his father, and he don't know what the fuck
fucking shit up right away.
Yeah, fucking shit up immediately. Like, bro, what are you doing? And I told y'all that too. 2024, bro. I'm telling you, if the racing is terrible, still right in, bro. These networks, bro, they pay billions of dollars to keep this sport running, bro. If they don't care about it no more, they don't drop this shit. You're gonna be having to pay a streaming service to watch it on apps and shit. $10 monthly to watch NASCAR races, $100 per year to watch the NASCAR races.
And you gotta have people out there that's gonna try to spend that as a positive talk about something. Well, it ain't that bad. Dude, hey, man, we're streaming races. Don't try to sit here and pretend that, you know, this sport is in good shape. Cause you got people that's doing that shit now, man.
Yeah, like WWE, UFC. The only difference with them is UFC, they do it because it's pay-per-view. So that's why they do it. And WWE, same thing, but come on, man, we talking about a real global conglomerate sport. Like, bro, this shit is not supposed to be you're supposed to pay to watch it. It's supposed to be on TV for free, whatever your cable provider can provide. National television. You're supposed to be able to generate enough money to where you can afford to show it for free. No, we're gonna make you pay for it now. We're gonna make you pay us to watch bad racing.
You know what's funny though? I think the ratings are going to be up for this Daytona 500 only because it's going to be a wreck fest.
I think so too.
People going to try to spin that as a positive.
Yeah, I think this year's rating is actually going to be a current little uptick. Is to a certain because they have. I'm trying to think of that word. They have different like sectors or different like periods or quarters. I think like the first quarter of this year is going to be pretty good, but the rest of the year, who knows?
It's sad. It's crazy because the ratings start to go down towards the end of the season because one, football season comes around and you got a lot of NASCAR fans that watch football,
basketball.
And then you got the chase going on. Their playoffs, And you think that ratings would rise up when they playoffs start. And it's like the ratings go down. Somebody put a chart up of the ratings for the chase or for the Homestead race the past 5 years. It has gone down every year since 2015 when Jeff Gordon retired. It spiked back up because of him, and then it dropped dramatically from 2016 on to now.
I remember showing y'all a picture in the chat of like the whole ratings of like every single race compared to 2018 and 2019, every ratings shit for every race for both years. It was crazy. I mean, it was there. It stabilized. Some of the races were worse. In the playoffs, a lot of the races were down from last year. Homestead was down. It's like, dude, fucking ridiculous, man.
I don't understand why they so afraid to like go back on a few things, man. Because to be honest, it wouldn't hurt them.
You see how long it took them to go. You see how long it took them to go to back to single car qualifying.
Exactly.
Like, bro, who thought that was like? Who the fuck would sat up in the thing and say, let's do group qualifying for every race? That's a good strategy. Let's do that. Let's affect everything but the damn racing in general. Let's change everything besides the damn racing and the main races that actually matter.
I am so glad that's one thing they did is went back to that, because that was ridiculous.
Like, bro, y'all remember that race at Bristol, I think last year, where literally the Bristol grandstands wasn't even fucking filled? Like, oh my god, I couldn't imagine just looking up at the crowd and seeing nothing there. Like, it was so bad.
Oh yeah, that's all that people was talking about that weekend.
Like it was one dude who made like a 10-minute video talking about how Bristol, literally in NASCAR's peak, Bristol, it's this one highway, this main highway they go down in Tennessee, where it's like the cars are backed up on the freeway trying to get to Bristol. Now you can get down there all the way to the damn racing track without getting hit with no traffic. It's ridiculous.
That was terrible last year, and that's why I think the spring Bristol race needs to reach the date.
Yeah, and they thought they was slick as fuck trying to put tarp on the fucking seats. Like, y'all niggas ain't slick. Trying to put, oh, this is just for rain. No, it's not just for the rain. You know nobody gonna sit there, so you putting a tarp on there. That's why Daytona took some of their grandstands away. I think it could fit, like, at least in this peak, I know it could fit damn near 100 and something thousand. Now I can't fit that. At least they don't have the seats for that no more. They took the seats out. It's ridiculous, man. I swear, man, this package. Oh my god, if I go to the short track package,
all I know is that NASCAR is never gonna learn until they got another motorsport.
And they go to
like, that's the only way they'll learn. Like, this, say for example, IndyCar goes through a big boom. They're on the uprise, but it's a slow uprise. But if they start to boom out of nowhere, they start pulling in numbers that NASCAR is pulling in, like now, and they got somebody right on their heels, and IndyCar is doing it the organic, legitimate way, and they're having that boom, and NASCAR's on the down, like the down slope of things, then that's when they'll start making changes that make sense.
Man, yeah, what's really gonna open a lot of the motherfuckers' eyes when they go to the TV, when they go to these TV networks and these CEOs and shit in 2024, they sit in front of them and say, this is what we have to offer, and they're like, yeah, fuck you, we're not putting this shit on TV for 5 years, we're not paying millions of dollars to produce this weak ass sport no more. Then it's gonna open their eyes. Then they're gonna see, maybe we should go back to what we were doing before that made this sport what it was. Short track racing, a lot of it. Not a bunch of cookie cutter tracks, single groove tracks where you can't fucking pass. Not cars that got downforce. You can't pass nobody. You can't be single. Can't get the fucking the easiest tracks you can't figure out. Super speedway tracks, you can't figure them out right.
I think Brian Francis the only one that's snorting some coke.
Just change the playoff system 3, 4, 5, 6 fucking times in a row.
And you know the playoffs is bad, man, when they keep changing every year. They had the original Winston Cup. They kept that point system from 1975 to 2003. Didn't change shit about it. You know you got a fucking problem where you got to change the point standards every couple of years.
I swear they changed after when the chase got implemented. Ever since the chase got implemented, they were changing it every year. When Johnson was dominating, they were changing all types of shit every year, whether it's the car, the package, or the system, or the point system. Something they changed because he was winning all the time. And then they change it. They just change it all up. Just
Well,
do all
that will
types of.
end this
Anytime some
250
controversy got hit with the
qualifying
chase, they
session.
always make a
Here's a look.
change. Oh, this ain't good. We're gonna change it. Only reason they added the stage race, all that stage race and shit, that shit came from Monster. Monster probably wanted to do something like that. They wanted to implement their little motocross shit into NASCAR, which it does not fit. Not the same sport. Because motocross.
I think they're gonna change the championship format next year when they go to the.
Just go back to Winston. Go back to Winston.
I hope they do, man. Because I honestly think that the title sponsors had something to do with like how the point system
The
went.
riders are
I think
locked
they
into
did
the
too.
gate for
I
the
think
first
Winston didn't
250
care.
race of the night. This
You know, to
one
be
is
honest, but
going
I
to be
think
intense,
Nextel and Monster
as
had
only
something
the
to do with
first
it. I
9
think
riders
Nextel.
That
will
too.
go directly
That
to the main
too. When
event.
Nextel, I didn't
Are
even
you
think about
ready?
that when I
Here
heard
we go.
when I realized that Nextel wasn't sponsoring NASCAR no more, and it was Monster that was taking over. I was
You
like,
can hear the
fuck.
Didn't they say something like that too? Didn't they physically say that? Remember Monster would come aboard on something different.
Yeah. I think only Monster signed like a 2 to 3 year deal. I think their deal's up in a couple years, so they might not even be here after that. Then who's gonna take over? It's gonna be called NASCAR.
That's what it's like. That's what it is now.
The NASCAR Cup Series. It's the Monster Energy Cup Series, right? That's what it's called, right?
No, they just changed it this year. It already started. Like they doing this new sponsorship model. They got like, it's hard to explain, but they got like Xfinity, Coca-Cola. What's the other two sponsors? Geico. They got this whole new sponsorship model. So it's just called the NASCAR Cup Series, presented by these sponsors. And to be
So so every sponsor like getting a certain amount of races.
Yeah, that's why. Have you seen the new logo and all that?
Yeah, that shit sounds like fucking that shit sounds like how the fucking shit is with the tracks. Like how like one organization has like these tracks and the other organization has the rest of these tracks. I know that they just bought like a bunch of the tracks, but this shit is dumb. Like,
Yeah, to be honest, like I said, I like the business side of what they're doing with the sport. I just don't like the competition side of it. I said it a lot.
whatever they want to do outside of it with the organization, like the things they want to do outside of the racing, cool, whatever. But if your on-track product sucks, it's not gonna draw nobody in if I'm going to a boring ass NASCAR race. I'm not gonna really give a fuck about what you're doing outside of it. I always say it, bro, like, wrestling and NASCAR, they peaked around the same time, and they've dropped around the same time. Like, dude, I used to be a big wrestling fan, I don't even watch wrestling anymore. I can't even remember the last time I ever watched a wrestling show. It was so bad. NASCAR, same thing, I can't even sit through a damn race, because it gets so fucking boring after a while, like, all these tracks, you run a single file all fucking day.
I think also this decade, NASCAR is going to have a huge surge in their online presence.
Oh god.
Live programming,
Oh god. Yeah, Iceberg said what I feared. He said in 2020 it's gonna be a big surge in online streaming and shit.
I think that you're going to see more.
The reason he's saying that though is because people are cutting the cord. I can see what he's talking about with that.
Flipping the fucking channel.
And a real effort.
No, just people just cutting the cord for cable because this cable companies charging so fucking much now.
Stabilized really for the first time since about 2003. With the stabilization by 2030, we see a much more clear picture of NASCAR's true identity, both this decade as well as the future decades moving forward. Furthermore, part of this will come from the top. I think NASCAR's leadership is going to be a lot more open to the general public as well as the media as the years go on. We already see this thing Roger with guys like Jim France and Steve Phelps right now when they talk to different people, other fans, drivers, and supporters. With this, I think we can have.
I watched that video before already.
Yeah, I never watched it.
Now, I don't think we're going to be going back to North Wilkesboro or.
Cut that shit off.
I'm just playing.
They said they're not gonna ever go back to Northwest, bro. That's kind of fucked up. I watched a documentary on that shit. They basically fucking abandoned the track. Just let it fucking just go.
They just recently scanned it for iRacing though.
Yeah, I heard about that. They cleaned it. I think Junior was a part of that.
Yeah, he was.
I didn't even care about that though. I was like, man, fuck that, man. Put some money, a lot of money down for that track, man, so it can get rebuilt.
Yeah, throw some grandstands around that whole fucking place. Build some grandstands around it. Get some clean up the track. Get a repave if you can. I don't even want to I mean, you don't even got to repave it, to be honest, but if it's fucked up, repave it. Go back, like,
There's
go
a
back
lot
to
of things they gotta do.
Rockingham, like some of these tracks that y'all went away, Nashville, like there's so many tracks so many better tracks that they could add or switch out for something. I like the idea of going. It shouldn't only be Daytona. It should be a certain handful of tracks that you should go to twice a year.
Yeah,
Pocono's
Daytona, maybe Talladega.
Pocono's definitely not one of those. That's definitely not one of the tracks you go to twice a year. Well, that fucking racing is. Let's race in 2 days. What is it? In 2 days they're gonna race both weekend days, Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
At a single groove track.
That's better than going twice a week or twice for the year.
Yeah, they couldn't get the date off and give it to somebody else, so they said we're just running both consecutively in 2 days. Makes total sense.
That's still alive. So I don't think we're going to see a full-blown throwback to companies, full support, stuff like that. But I think there's going to be efforts to sort of connect the past to the present. A large goal prediction that I also have is that the ISC and SMI are going to fall under NASCAR's umbrella, possibly convert. And I think that this is going to be
They already are.
full range of whatever they want to do this time.
They already are.
While I'm personally against this, I do think NASCAR is going to be scored 50 races and seems like after that first.
Oh god.
Oh, I thought that was the last lap.
I'm not on board with that, to be honest. Midweek races, I don't think that's gonna do anything.
Double headers between IndyCar and NASCAR. What?
That's something I want though, right there.
Yeah, me too. A lot. I really think that'd be good for both.
Yeah, that'd be good for both motorsports.
It's possible I could see that happening when they do the next year's schedule, because now that Penske owns Indianapolis and IndyCar, I think that could happen.
I don't think it's gonna happen in Indy, but I think it's gonna happen. I think it will happen at Iowa. I mean, not Iowa, Gateway.
Oh, it won't happen in Indy, no.
I think it's gonna happen at Gateway.
It could be Gateway. It could be like a new track like Coda. It could be Texas.
That'd be dope. I ain't gonna even lie. If IndyCar and NASCAR share the track on the same weekend, that'd be dope.
Yeah,
That would attract fans.
Yeah, that's what we was talking about. Like, it would be like, what's there to lose? Like, I think it would be good for
cars.
motorsports.
They should do it twice. If they did it at two different tracks and had NASCAR headline one of them and IndyCar headline another.
Would you imagine that though? Like how much racing if you had think about if you had NASCAR, you had all 3 series, trucks, Xfinity, and then you had bought an IndyCar and bought in the lower series for IndyCar for a whole weekend. That'd be crazy.
Yeah,
That'd
the
be
Indy
hell
Lights.
racing.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Almost too much racing. That'd be crazy. Especially, and you'd be able to, for NASCAR, you'd be able to attract fans from IndyCar to
exactly,
and vice versa.
And vice versa. That's what. And I guarantee. I just feel like it's gonna happen in 2021 because, especially now with Penske being the owner of it, I feel like he would make that happen because I think he was for that.
That's the end of the first 250 heat race.
Yeah.
Here's a look
And
at the results.
you know another place
Of course,
it could
the top
happen.
9
You think
go
they
straight
bring
to the
IndyCar
main.
to the Roval?
The rest will have one more
They
opportunity
tested it last
in the
year.
last
I
chance
know,
qualifier.
and Newgarden had a lot of fun with it. I could see that possibly being a thing.
It could happen. As long as we don't need Formula One in the mix though. We don't know.
Imagine if they did have a Formula One, IndyCar, and NASCAR weekend triple header at COTA.
They need to go to Kentucky with the triple header. You have IndyCar, NASCAR, and stuff.
This boy 3D overdose on fun. In the grass, so he'd be overdosing like that.
I'm just tired.
I'm telling you right now too what needs to happen for IMSA. I wish they'd bring in. I wish they'd add an endurance race at Indy.
Somewhere between late September and
12 hours at the Brickyard, maybe?
Yeah, something.
Yeah. I'll go for it, man.
Well, they already have. They have a 24-hour. They have a 12-hour. They have a 6-hour, and they have a 10-hour. They can add an 8-hour something if you want something different. Even another 6-hour, just another endurance race at Indy. That would be pretty cool. I remember when I used to watch. They used to go to Daytona twice. They used to run with the NASCAR weekend in July.
That makes sense that they would end the year a little sooner. I actually like that.
Because of the football season. I was just talking about that. Football season comes around right when they chase comes.
Part of me
like,
wouldn't mind that. The other part of me is like, oh, that's no longer off season with no racing.
Yeah, me too.
That's the only thing.
You can correct that by just starting if you wanted to just move the schedule up from instead of starting, you could end it in September or.
You can't do that because the weather doesn't align at these tracks that we go to. But you want to go to tracks where it's snowing out there?
That's why you.
But
I mean,
the thing
that's why
about
there's tracks that were abandoned. I mean, that's why there's tracks that were fucking abandoned that you can go back to. That possibly. That's the problem when you want to go to a certain track. These certain all these cookie cutter tracks that you possibly. I mean, I get it. I understand what y'all saying.
And another thing that they said was that if you end the season earlier, it will make people want NASCAR even more.
That's true.
This off season is so long, so I think the perfect time to end it would probably be like around very end of September, like the last week of September, or maybe the first week of October.
And how many races do that be? What, maybe 25, 26?
Nah, because they're not gonna just get rid of it. They're not gonna get rid of a bunch of race days like that. I think it's gonna be like it's probably gonna go from like 36 to 32 or 30. I think it's gonna be like between 30 and 32. And what they're gonna do is that they're gonna have a bunch of double headers probably, maybe, and they're gonna take some dates away from tracks just for the hell of it. A lot of these tracks, every track doesn't. It's stupid to have 2 dates.
No, it's more. It'd be more fun to watch one race per track. Cause imagine bringing everybody one race to track. You don't have data to go back on. Everybody's starting fresh for a new year, and everybody's got to learn the same way.
Exactly. That's what I've been saying, because and then that way it's a better chance of getting the stands full because you got that one opportunity to go to that racetrack.
Instead
You
of
don't have
two.
a second
Right.
opportunity.
Yep. I said Daytona and
Exactly.
Talladega. Originally,
Like
I said
Kentucky
Daytona,
Speedway.
That'll
Originally,
make the prices worth it. That make the prices worth it.
Yeah.
Because if you go to like, you miss, like for especially for Daytona, I mean, my partner, he go there every July. I'm like, why you don't ever go to the 500? He's like, oh, price is too high. I just go to the next race. It's hella people that just do that. Like, oh, I'm not, well, since it's a double, since we got 2 races this year, I'm not going to go to the first one. I'll just go to the other one. You only have one there, it's going to force them to have to, you don't have to worry about your prices. Most people are going to say, well, fuck it, it's the only race here, so it's the only race I can see this year. I'm going to go.
Exactly. It's just like that's how I was laughing a couple years ago when they gave Vegas a second date. I was like, for what? If they got people to reduce the dates that these tracks got, man, like it's not a mile and a half thing. And I'm not trying to say that. I've been saying this for a while. It's not a mile and a half or 2 mile hate thing. I even said that Bristol needs to remove a date. Their spring breaks need to go away. I'm talking about like tracks that got a second date besides the super speedways. Because that's a whole different story. Michigan needs to lose a date.
I've been saying
Vegas, Texas needs to remove their date. They need to lose their spring date and bring in Circuit of the Americas.
We'll see if they do it.
originally I was almost for like the only 4 track. I was gonna say not only Daytona and Talladega. Like originally thought having a second date for just Daytona, Talladega, Bristol, and Martinsville. But I'm on you with you on that too. Is just Daytona and Talladega. I think the only 2 that should have a second date. Bring in different short tracks for the rest.
Iceberg said it too. He said eventually it's gonna be Daytona. I've been saying that. Eventually, bro, they're gonna make the last race, the playoff race, the championship race, gonna be at Daytona. So ultimate wild, I guarantee it's gonna happen. I like the idea that if the last track, I mean, I like the idea of the championship track training every year. I like that idea.
I like it with this stupid format. Otherwise, if they went after the old system, I like it. You know, I like it at the one track just for tradition. But for this format, I think it should rotate, just like the Super Bowl does. Give everybody a chance. Because there might be certain people that make the Final Four that aren't good at Homestead or something. It should be fair for everybody.
I just laughed.
I would laugh. You see?
I was gonna say laugh, but then I laughed at just all these changes that have to be made. Even when y'all talk about like how y'all want to change and shorten the season because of ratings against other sports and shit. I'm like, that just, I mean, that contradicts everything that they talk about when they sit there and say, oh, the ratings are better, the ratings have stabilized, we're actually getting better. And it's like, well, if that's the case, then why the fuck do you care about if you overlap with another sport? When NASCAR was at its peak, it didn't matter. You could sacrifice that. It didn't matter if you overlap with another sport in its peak because the sport was so damn big, it was so damn popular. Now that you know that the sport is dying, now you got to do that. Now you want to make sure it doesn't overlap. Now you want to make these changes to make sure that it's not on TV with other sports, because you know the sport is not as big as it was. So hey, when they try to lie and act like the ratings are better, like no, they're not. Stop lying.
Yeah, you right. Yeah, you right. And you know, NASCAR. I'm gonna just say this: NASCAR is not gonna see for a very long time, at least. A long time. Like NASCAR is not going to reach those numbers that they reached back in the early to mid 2000s. That's not going to happen. But they can't, they can't just get comfortable with the stabilization. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So what they need to do, I agree about them end of the season a little early. I think that's something they should have started like a couple years back. But
I agree with it too. Under these ratings and the way the system is right now, and under this format of what NASCAR is, I agree with the season need to be short. Under that old system, the way the ratings were, the way everything was, no, there's no need to change anything. But I mean, that just tells you how the sport is going. So it's annoying. We'll see. I give Steve Phelps and Jim France a chance. I give them a couple years. Give them a chance with this new car.
Get
We'll
ready.
see. It's all on their hands, man. If it fails, it's gonna be all on them. It's not gonna be on nobody else. Can't blame Brian on that. He fucked everything, and he led to this. He led to the downfall, but they're gonna be the one that they're gonna
Keep you getting that key name, dude. Keep you getting that key name.
Who?
Evil Donald.
No, he's so worthless. I don't even remember his name. He's so annoying.
Don't get me wrong, it's on Steve Phelps and Jim France, but they're not the competition directors. I look at not only Steve O'Donnell, but I look at what's the other guy name? Shit, I just remember his name. Scott Miller. Those two are fucking idiots. Like they just don't know what. Like Scott Miller. Yeah, you remember they like during the off season, they was like, well, if the Gen 7 car doesn't provide us with good races, we'll just throw in the fourth stage. I was pissed about that, man. I thought we was discussing that shit.
Oh man, that shit sound funny as hell.
They literally said that though. They was like, it depends on how the car races. If it doesn't race good, we'll just throw a fourth stage in there.
This motherfucker probably was. God, I want to know how much cocaine these dudes snort, bro. And they be discussing these changes. They want to do this $1 billion sport.
I think that's what I'm saying. I think Steve O'Donnell does the same thing that Brian France does. I think he does do snort some cocaine. Boy, him and Scott Miller.
He acting like, oh my gosh, dude. Like,
Oh, they get arrested next. Both of them. They in the same car together and shit. Next thing you know, boy. We got new competition directors coming.
Hey, they need Brian France, man. I can't take him serious no more. I couldn't take him serious years ago, but now it's just that
He used to look weird, boy. He be cross-eyed and shit. And, like, even we be having like the state of the dresses, like state of the sport of dresses and shit. And he be sweating hard as shit and all that. I'm like, yo,
I'm gonna have to get off of here, guys. It's getting late.
Alright, 3D.
alright.
12. It's 12 o'clock already.
It's 11, not 12.
11:01. 12:01. 12:01.
It's 11:01.
I'm gonna get my ass in the shower and then I'm gonna hang in there in the morning.
I guarantee these national guys like Brian France, like, you know what I'm gonna say anything bad about me.
I would change all the races on the Xfinity schedule to dirt races.
Hey, bro.
What?
Guess what?
What?
They got good trouble call.
47.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
You know, Evil, I was rooting for him at first, but if you continue to talk about this dude, I'm gonna hope that he wrecks out in the 500. Feel shitty.
Yo, Brian France and Trump are buddies.
That's how you feel?
I'm joking. You didn't know about that too?
They are buddies, yeah.
No, I didn't know.
I
heard
how
that.
he feels about
I didn't know
his
I know it was
bag.
bad because David Reagan was talking about. He's like, yeah, they're good buddies.
Yeah, they are.
Shit, that didn't surprise me though when that shit happened. I knew that he was a Trump supporter of his bitch ass.
Crow's a Trump supporter. Watch what you say around some people.
I can care less what happens.
How you know if I was a Trump supporter?
Fuck you, I'm a Trump supporter. Oh, no.
God, I'm watching this video. It's
You
called
think
Back.
he maybe was doing drugs like that? Oxycodone and everything they call him with?
Who was Brian France?
Man, just give Dale Jr. and Tony Stewart the keys to the sport, man.
He said, I'm watching the video. It said if NASCAR drivers were Brian France, but then what would they do? And Kevin Harvick was like, change the schedule. He's like, that's #1. That's key. Mix it
Carl
up.
Edwards too. Bring him in because he doesn't want to run stages either.
For real, car, it was like, take all the downforce off. All of it. Take all the fucking downforce off these cars.
I also said more off weekends.
Raise the horsepower back up. Bring softer tires.
Mike Helton. I forgot all about Mike Helton.
He's still around too. Just that he's behind the scenes. Like he's
The
not
field of
up front
22
like how he
riders
used to
is
be back
finally
then.
set for the
I mean, they
250
used to show his
main
face every week on the
Just
broadcast.
qualifying for the
I
main
used to
is
remember
tough
seeing him
enough,
all the
but the
fucking
real
time. Like,
test
God
is about
damn.
to begin.
Where we stand, maybe the schedule.
All the drivers saying the schedule.
Race cars. One day you can do a lot, whether it's flying from state to state, meeting with some of the top short tracks. And
Give Kentucky 8 dates. Give Talladega 8 dates. Give Daytona 8 dates.
Yeah, I won't be real watching.
And there's your shortened schedule.
Boy, I'll be out the door. I'll be out the door.
We already know how evil feels on this topic, but what Terrell, I don't know if we talked about the street course to you.
Ralph Shaheen here with Ricky Carmichael.
Street
I better
course?
get out
Welcome
to
to
the
Music
party,
City
man.
Nissan Stadium in Nashville.
I said a street course, not like 5 of them or 10 of them.
Yeah.
That's
the
one.
thing.
One leads to
That's
2
crazy.
and 2 leads to
Here
more.
we go.
No.
It's time for the main event.
One time. One race a year. It's not that big of a deal.
It's not even. It's not
my
even just
God.
that, man. It's
Why
not
would
even just
they do
that.
that in the United States anyway?
St. Petersburg, Long Beach, this other bro.
Yeah, no.
They,
Yeah, what's going on?
I mean, if you could find somebody that doesn't protest the stupid stuff, you can find somewhere. Where
A lot of the drivers say they want
Vegas would probably be the only one that would do it because they actually, you know, they had the burnouts and everything on the streets and everybody loved it. I wouldn't think they would protest a street race.
You can hear the cheers. He is the crowd favorite. Will that be
I
too
just
much
want a more
pressure or the
diverse schedule.
motivation for him to
A lot
get
of the
win?
tracks on the schedule
When
right
have
now.
we ever had a more diverse schedule?
You know how old is Brian France?
Back when Rockingham and North Wilkesboro and
Yeah, but as far as
Riverside and all that
street
stuff.
course, have we ever had a street course?
No, but it's not. It's. I can't talk. It's nothing wrong with trying it though.
How
One
much is
race, one street race. That's it.
So how old is Brian France?
I don't
It's
know.
just it's basically a road course, but I think it'll be more fun to watch at times because of the tracks changing every year, completely changing every year, where everybody's going to really have to learn and practice hard to figure it out. I think it'll be good racing and the bumps, everybody trying to control the cars. I think it'll be fun.
Junior's wife is bad.
Hey, let me get this straight. Like I want more short tracks than I do road courses. When I say that, I want more short tracks than road courses. I'm mainly talking about shorter tracks. I do want some road courses, but I'm not saying let's add like 10 more to the schedule.
Yeah, all I said was add one street course and maybe Coda. That's all I said, and the rest short tracks.
Exactly. And there's plenty of short tracks that's out there that they can look at. Not even just like short tracks, but like tracks that's a mile I'll take. Like I'd be happy if they put Gateway on the schedule. Shit. I would like if they could put I would like to put on
Milwaukee
Kern
Mile.
County. Milwaukee Mile, Kern County.
Shut up, Brian France. I wonder how much he paid for his bitch. Excuse my language.
But the main thing I'm looking forward to in a couple of months when they reveal the new schedule, not for the Cup Series, but for the Xfinity and trucks, they better get them some unique schedules. Cause you know what they're gonna do with these next couple of years with the Cup schedule. They're gonna take the unique tracks that the trucks and Xfinity go to, and they're gonna put them on the schedule for the Cup Series. Where's the? I can't talk. The Xfinity and trucks are not gonna have no unique tracks left, and that's gonna piss me off. So they gotta go out there and look at other unique tracks. I would love for them to go to South Boston, Kern County, Myrtle Beach. Come on.
Put him back on the Daytona Beach sand.
Those days are over. No. You boys have a good night.
Alright, bro.
Oh my god, these guys are pushing me all over the place, man. Jeez.
Come on. Chicago lane, right?
They race so aggressive in this game. It's annoying.
Yeah, tomorrow, Chicago.
Let me see this shit. Let's see something real quick.
Hopefully, Codemasters will announce something tomorrow.
Yeah.
Codemasters?
I'm joking. You know, signs are pointing towards them, though. I told Eagle that. I told so, man.
Which means we're gonna get a better game.
Do you think they're working on NASCAR Heat 5 still?
Yes.
And then after that, it's going to be a different. Do you think 704 and them are still working on at least Heat 5 because didn't they already start it?
I don't think it's called. Nah, I think that new group has been developing. Sean Wilson said, even in that interview he did last year, they said that they starting the games like around December or January. So, I think that, yeah. So, I think this new group, they came in last month because Stephen Hood, the president of Motorsports Games and the guy that brought out 704, he says a lot of changes going on up there, and that's why a lot of people have been released and all this other shit. And Motorsports Games is partnered with Codemasters. It seems like it's all signs are pointing towards Codemasters.
I like the idea of the whole Speedway thing, what they were talking about in that article that I saw.
Felix Sabatis, how you gonna say that? I didn't even realize I should have researched that more.
What happened?
He part-time owner for Chicken. Now he's talking about we need to open Brian Ferentz back with open arms. Yeah, fuck him.
I thought that was Rob Kaufman that said that.
I could not figure out the whoop section in this track, man.
Boy, Brian, bro, this boy's wife is 42.
Come on,
this man 15 years older than his wife, bro. I'm not even shocked.
How old is Brian Ferentz?
He's 57, his wife's 42.
I hope Ben Kennedy can run the sport one day.
Ben Kennedy?
Yeah, he runs the trucks right now. And you see how good that series is.
If I ever see Brian Ferentz, I'm gonna just yell out Oxycontin and walk past him. See what he did. See if I can get some shoe money.
He's playing that Kanye West, bro.
Yeah.
Well, he's playing that Good Morning.
Is he still on leave of absence, or is he still part of the sport? Leave.
What'd you say, Terrell?
Is he still taking? They still got him on leave, or is he back a part of the sport?
Who?
France, Ryan.
He's out. They confirmed that a while ago. He's out.
Good.
Couple some. I remember that when he said that shit. He said, "I'm gonna take a leave of absence." No, you gone, boy. You gonna go?
Since this should take a leave, like an indefinite, permanent leave.
He'll be back one day.
He was a spectator.
No, running the sport. He'll be back. They've shown that he went through rehabilitation. They have no choice but to let him have the sport pretty much his back. He just needs to go through rehabilitation and all that.
Anyway, I hope that.
I'm just telling you the truth.
That ain't no true. That's bullshit. What you spitting out?
No. If you go through that NASCAR reinstatement program, they already said it.
This boy Lee gonna wake up one night and he gonna look at his phone. He's gonna say NASCAR is reinstated, Brian Ferentz.
I'm like, I'm done.
Back in control.
I'll quit, boy.
He gonna be like, look at the comment.
Yeah, man. Seriously, all he needs to do is be rehabilitated, a rehab facility.
This boy
There you
probably
go.
gonna be, let's go back to the gym. We're going back to the regular schedule now.
Oh, real. NASCAR put all that work in towards the new schedule, and they go like, put those miles back, put those mile and a half back, put those 2 mile back.
I can see Brian France right now. This is what we need to do. You know, I'm back in control now. Let's go to a
Store that cocaine on his desk.
Let's go back to Vegas twice.
Oh man.
That's crazy that he was doing drugs like that, man.
What the heck? He was half
thing
down
about
and he
it is
saved
that-
it.
It was so clear that he was doing it too. Like, it's a parody account called Drunken Brian France.
I
so-
saw that. I saw that the other day.
That account been around for years, yo. It's got Brian France photo on there when he was, you know, in jail. So,
Oh
How
man.
y'all think the people in jail, like this billionaire fucking NASCAR owner's in here with us? But that motherfucker.
Let's smack him, man. Let's smack him and watch him turn red.
that's why he was so red when he took that picture. He did look like he was like some shit happened, boy. Like, you ever go back and look at that photo?
He taking it indefinitely. I swear, if he come back, bruh, if the sport flourish and he come back and fuck it up, dude, I'm done. Somebody gonna need to find his ass. We gotta find this man right here.
I'm looking at that picture, boy. He looked like he was crying, like.
They're driving like that. And I'm a believer. I don't care what anybody says, but you put more on the line. The great athletes, not just great drivers, real sprints and more. They just always do. In fairness to drivers, they need more incentive. It's a long event, and they have to have things that they're racing for.
Man, throw that shit on.
Yo, he talking about he's happy with stage racing.
Yeah, he's happy with it. And that's the thing that pissed me off on NASCAR. That's the thing that pissed me off about Steve O'Donnell last year. We like what we're seeing. When you say we, you're not talking about fuck the fans, fuck the drivers. You saying that we, NASCAR, $1 billion suits, like what we're seeing.
That's what Brian Prentice said. He said, I don't care what anybody says. I care about what these drugs say.
That dude snorting his coke, snorting that coke, boy, on the desk, writing that schedule out.
He's so loaded. He loaded. That boy looking at his schedule. That boy loaded. He looking at the drug telling him what to do. Hey man, I follow what my drugs tell me to do. They said we want a new playoff system. We got a new playoff system.
I was just trying to think about how they can make the playoffs worse than what it is now.
I know.
Besides adding more drivers, so I'm just trying to think about what they're gonna do. Like, a mandatory caution is gonna come out with 5 to go. Like, it won't be no secret no more.
Well, let me see if I can think of any. Let's see.
Oh, it's not gonna be no more. The only cars that's going to Homestead or the final race, like the Phoenix tracks or the final 4 cars, it's not gonna be no other cars on track.
That actually be dope.
You know, it's funny too. You can add the fact that, that's why we wrecked so many cars tonight with 4 cars in the race, just so we could test it out.
Yeah, that'd be dope. You know, that'd be Lightning McQueen, man. That'd be cars all over again. Got you. 3 buffering cars on the track.
They're gonna start calling stages. They're gonna start calling stages quarters, and then when you end up winning a quarter, they're gonna start calling it a touchdown.
Motherfucker, 3 cars gonna be spread out by 20 seconds each.
Each lap you lead,
really?
you get each lap you lead, you get 7 points.
Oh,
but hey,
man.
at least points be back on the line. And then you just imagine being in the stands and you got 4 cars going past every lap. He's like,
Let's go get a snack and we'll come right back.
Yeah, and then you see another car go by. Oh hell no.
That's one thing they need to bring back too is, 5 points for leading a lap, 5 points for leading the most laps. I think they should give the pole sitter like 5 points too.
I always said that, man, and people disagree with me with that. Like, give the like that'd be nice. Like,
there'll be a little more urgency for qualifying too.
Exactly. It be some underdogs that be getting like the pole position sometimes. Like I don't like that. Like, man, all they had to do back then was, instead of coming up with a chase, like, if you want to put a gimmick in there, and it's not really a gimmick, it kind of is, but it's
double
not
points.
as bad. Double points race for the final race of the season. Not just that, but awarding more points to the winner of a race.
And then when the playoffs start, they're gonna make it so all the they're gonna make it so that all the underfunded teams can't run no more. All underfunded teams in the playoffs. Sorry. Our drivers don't like having to pass lap cars during the playoffs. I guarantee it's gonna be in there.
That'll make Truex happy.
Yeah,
Kyle Busch too.
Get that 55 off the damn track. Oh man.
Just imagine, and speak of, slow cars, just imagine in the dual races that 54 car ends up making it, yo. Because of a big wreck happens, and, the guys that he got to race gets involved. That dude is going a lap down immediately in that 500. A guy that was... I said, is I'm cutting out?
No, you good. I just...
No, I was just saying, like, just imagine, y'all saw how slow that 54 was in qualifying today, right? Just imagine if his ass ended up making the race because a big wreck happens in front of him in the duels.
And he's like 25 seconds back by himself?
Yeah. And then, well, you talk about the 500, he would go a lap down quick.
You know what I wish they would NASCAR do? I know people don't agree. I wish they bring it to where you have to race back to the finish line during a caution.
We doing that tomorrow. In our league, at least.
Race back to the finish line. I remember on pit road when they didn't even have pit road speeds. Only problem with that is somebody could die. Death wasn't involved in it. They probably had that still.
I used to like that too, racing back to the finish line, because when they used to implement it in the games, when the wreck happened, you could actually avoid it.
God, too bad it's too dangerous, bro. You can't just have it to where you can have cars, you just have it to where even if somebody wreck, you can keep going. Oh man, that'd be funny as hell.
That's one thing that needs to happen in the games, is letting you try to drive around the wreck, man. You have no idea how much I missed that too, because that was the most fun thing of it, is trying to drive through the wreck. They don't even give you a chance.
Oh, we're right when like they not even spin out yet. Caution happen. You like, God damn, can I get through the wreck?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do miss racing back to the finish line, though.
And people been catching on to how fucking like how I don't know how predictable some of these races get. You get these long green flag runs, and then you get a bullshit competition caution and a green right shit. That'll be happening.
God, I wish they'd get rid of that too, by the way. The competition caution every single race.
Or debris cautions, like these phantom cautions where they're like a small piece of debris that nobody even sees. Retarded.
Oh yeah, just a reminder. NASCAR, the YouTube NASCAR account, they're gonna air the 2005 Daytona 500 tomorrow in HD.
Oh damn!
I can't fucking wait.
What time?
Crazy.
Like 8 o'clock in the morning.
I can watch it on my.
No, it's gonna be, they're gonna be streaming a race on YouTube, and you can go back and watch it when they get through streaming it. It's gonna be in HD, so even if you do miss it live, like it's gonna be there when when it's done streaming. They got like they be having a live chat going. NASCAR YouTube page been uploading a ton of old races throughout the off season. They got 2 North Wilkesboro races from 1987 that's in clear, like it's clear, like it looks clearer than a motherfucker. It's 60 frames per second. It looks great.
To be honest, too, what I really think about that, I know it's an American racing sport. I get it. I feel like it could benefit if it went to some of these European road course tracks, some of these tracks around the world.
Tremendous race tonight, and a hard-fought victory for
I
our
wouldn't
winner.
mind that
Let's
once
take a look
either.
at the final result.
Maybe not. I'm not talking about like hella tracks, but maybe one track you can pick. Like you can do it like
Rotate it a year, rotate it each year. I wouldn't mind that.
Like,
Honestly, wouldn't mind that. That's why I kind of miss when the Xfinity used to go to Mexico. I thought that was pretty neat, especially Mexico and Canada because for a cup race because they do have NASCAR Pinty Series and what the heck is the Mexico one?
I'm surprised that NASCAR never went to that track. Never went to the USA Grand Prix, the one that F1 go to, the United States track that they go to.
COTA.
Circuit de America.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to. That's what we want on the schedule. Me and Elite been talking about how much we want that track on the schedule, especially when Tony Stewart tested the car there last year when the Formula One was there, or the week before it.
I think they're gonna go there in 2021. I think that's the reason why they tested there, because why would they have a tester for it then? I think that they're gonna add that track to the schedule.
And you think that about IndyCar with the Rover too? It was a little test session.
I'll say don't jump the gun, Elite, because hell, they might say fuck around and say, hey, we just tested here so we can test for this other bullshit track that we gonna go to Daytona. We're gonna do something with a certain track that's already on the schedule. We're gonna make a road course out of that, road course / track out of that. So you never know.
That's lazy. I can understand why they did it for the Charlotte, because they couldn't do anything with the schedule at the time. But here's your chance to actually look at a fucking real road course and go to that instead of making a road course yourself.
Whoa, how did I get 19th? What?
We'll see if they do it. Yeah, I've been wondering that all these years why they never went to the track that F1 go to. F1 go to a United States Grand Prix.
Well, you see that F1 was talking about, or they were trying to get a Miami Grand Prix in there, and I think people are trying to protest that.
Karen.
What?
That bitch named Karen.
No problem.
Karen.
But I don't know if you realize, if you knew a few years ago too, that they were supposed to do, IndyCar had on the schedule originally for that 1 year, they were going to do a street course in Boston, Massachusetts. I wanted to try to go to that. I was thinking about trying to go to that. But halfway through the year, they switched it to the Glen because people protested and didn't want it. So they took it off and replaced it with Watkins Glen. I would have wanted to go to that. I was really contemplating on going to that race if they, and then I found out they protested and all. I'm like, are you kidding me?
I'm tired of people protesting shit when it comes to racing. They doing the same thing with Nashville Fairgrounds. Like, they trying to get that track on the Cup schedule, and they don't want to do it because of the soccer stadium next to the racetrack and all that shit. It's like, man, get the fuck out of here.
What's that track that they used to go to outside of Indy with the trucks? It was a small
Indianapolis Raceway Park.
Yeah, I missed that track.
Yeah, I do too.
The trucks used to go there. That was such a small track. I loved it.
That right there is what I said. If they plan on a midweek race in the future, the Cup should race there the week leading up to the Brickyard.
Yeah. Ain't it funny that as soon as you bring up IRP, Evil left?
You don't like that track?
You don't like short tracks in general, I think.
Well, you just like Kentucky? Kentucky alright track when they introduced it, when they brought it back in 2011, but like, bro.
See, Kentucky is one of the tracks that they brought in for the Cup Series that they used to run in Xfinity and stuff. And truck, I think.
It's a good track.
So that's one of the examples that Elite brought up before, that they, have a track for Xfinity and truck, and then they put Cup on the schedule instead of making a whole new track that's unique.
I just hated that they repaved the track in 2016.
Yeah, I didn't like that repave either. Track
You know
was
another
fine
one I
until-
missed too? Do you remember when Xfinity used to run Nashville Super Speedway?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was I missed that place. So that was almost like wasn't that concrete?
Yeah, it was concrete all the way around. I miss Nazareth.
Nazareth, yes.
as well.
I had
But too
fun.
bad.
I used to love racing that track in the game. I thought that was a fun racetrack.
It
What was that track in 09? Bro, it was a track in 09 in the NASCAR 09 game. It was like a DLC. I think it was like a DLC track, but it had a long straightaway, and it was like I can't think of the name of it.
Was it a
I gotta
fantasy
look it
track or?
It had to be because dude, the turn the turn one was ridiculously short. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna find it for y'all get on. I want to find that shit.
Was it a road course?
Yeah.
Are you talking about like Old Spice?
I gotta figure out what it was. I'm not sure.
Was it a street course?
Hold on, I'm gonna find it.
Oh, that New York one?
No, not New York. I remember it was called Walmart.
Yeah.
It was in Chicago. It was in Chicago. I think the track was based in Chicago, and it was pretty much like a street course. I remember that shit. It was either in 08 or 09.
Walmart Raceway is what it was called.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to that? Was that a real track, or was that just a track that was made up? Because it seemed like that shit existed in real life.
It was made up. I don't know if they based it off of like a real track or something like that. Cause that's what they do. That's what they did with a lot of those fantasy tracks in that game. They based it off of tracks in real life that was either closed down or they just couldn't get into the game. Like you remember Allstate Speedway? That was based off of Rockingham.
Yeah, see, I remember this, and it was like right by the beach. It was like right by the water. Yeah, so no wonder. This track was always crazy when I raced on it. I found this track crazy as fuck.